Morning Year 4 and welcome to Wednesday's maths lesson for the children with the Year 2 booklet. So if you've got this booklet here, then this video is for you and you should be on for Wednesday's maths page 8. So we're going to turn to this page here. Okay, so today we are going to be adding. Now to start off with, you have got a number line at the top of your piece of paper here. And you're going to use that number line to work out each sum below. So when we say sum, we mean the number sentence. So let's have a look at the first number sentence. 32 add 17. So that is your first sum, your first number sentence that you will need to do. Now I've got one on my whiteboard as an example, and I'm going to show you the method of jumping on a number line for you to then use when you come to do this question. Okay, so I've drawn a number line on my whiteboard and you can see that I have labelled it just the same as it is in your book. In your book you can see that it goes 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, and that means that it's counting up in fives. So it tells you that this first integer here is 0. If we went to this integer here, it would be 15 and 25, just so you don't have to start all the way from 0. Now you can see above my number line, I've written my own sum, my own number sentence. Okay, so it says 6 add 12 equals. So 6 plus the 12 equals what? What is the sum? So I'm going to start on the number 6 on my number line. Am I going to start counting my integers from 0? No. So I'm not going to start counting from there. Where should I start from? Where should my finger be starting on the number line? Hopefully you can put your finger on the right one. So it should be starting at 5, because 5 is very close to 6. So I don't need to count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can go a quicker way. 5 is really close to 6, so I'm going to start at 5 and then I'm going to put my finger on that integer there. There is 6. Now I need to add 12 to 6. So I'm going to get my pen and I'm going to jump. So here is 6. I'm going to jump 12 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to stop there because I only need to add on 12. Okay, so I've stopped at this integer here. Now, where am I going to start counting to see what number that is on my number line? Where am I going to start? I'm going to start at the labelled integer before I landed, which was this here, which was 15. So you can see there's 15. And I'm just going to count on until I get to that number. So we've got 15 here, 16, 17, 18. 18 I've landed on. I started at 6, I added on 12, so I did 12 jumps, and I landed on 18. And 18 is the correct answer. So I'm going to put that in there. Okay. Now you're going to use the same method of jumping on the number line you've got to work out the answers to the 4 sums that you've got on section 1. You can pause the video now and then just press play when you're ready to go on to section 2. Okay, so hopefully we are ready to move on and we're on to section 2 in our workbooks. Okay, so here it says to match each sum to the right answer. The first one has been done for you. Now you've got a 2-step problem here because there are 3 numbers in your sum. So for example, you had 2, add 5, add 8. So first you needed to do 2 add 5, find the answer out, remember that answer, and then add on another 8. Now there is a tip here, okay, in your workbook. Can you see that tip? And it says you can add in any order, but it often helps to start with the biggest number. So let's have a look at the next one down, which is here. We've got 8, add 4, add 10. Now if I'm going to use my tip here to start with the biggest number, I'm going to start with 10. I'm going to do 10 add 4. 10 add 4. So you could do this by 10 in your head, adding on 4, 11, 12, 13, 14. Remember 14. If you think you're going to forget, just jot it down. So what I might do in my booklet here, I might draw an arrow and do 14. Right, hold it up to the screen so you can see. So that was 14. Now what I need to do is to add on another 8. So you could use a number line on a whiteboard or a piece of paper if you wanted to. I think that you would be okay doing this mentally in your head. So we've got 14 from the first part of the problem. Now we need to add on another 8. So you can have 14 in your head and you're going to add on 8. So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I've got 8 fingers up now. So I stopped there because I only needed to add on 8. And I ended on 22. Can you see 22 in one of the answers? 22 is a 2 and a 2. Okay, so I can see 22 here. So I can draw my line to there. Now I want you to check that this one has the correct answer of 15. Make sure that the book isn't tricking you. So you're going to do the same thing on the last sum by yourself. So we've done the first one together. You're going to do the next one by yourself. And then when you're ready to move on, you can come back to the video and we will figure out the answers for section 3 and section 4. Okay, everybody, so we're ready for section 3. Section 3 wants you to fill in some missing numbers. So you've got a number sentence that you need to do, very similar to what you were doing before in section 2, where you've got a 2-step problem. So you need to remember the first amount and then add on again for the second amount. Now, I've done my own on a whiteboard. It's not the same as in your book because I want you to do that one by yourself. So I'm going to just show you the method and show you how we do this, and then you're going to have a go at doing that yourself. Okay, so mine is a 2-step problem. I've got 3, add 1, add 4. First of all, I'm going to start with what number? Think about my tip. What did I need to start with? I need to start with my biggest number. So I'm going to start with 4. 4, add 1. 4 add 1, we know that it's 5. So you've got 5 in your head, and you need to add on 3. So 5, 6, 7, 8. I've added on my 3 from 5 and I've got 8. So my answer is 8. I'm only going to write 8 there. I'm going to leave these ones blank for a moment because I'm going to want to come back to the question in your book. First of all, you're going to work out the answer for this and write it, the answer here. Underneath, you've got a second instruction. Change the order of numbers to check your answer. So what it's saying is, I don't want to see 3 add 1 add 4 because that's the way we did it just. And you've already written that in your book. So I'm going to change my numbers about and then I'm going to check that it's right. So I'm going to start with 1, add 3, add 4. Okay, so I'm going to start 1 add 3 or 3 add 1. 3 add 1 is 4. 4 and 4 equals 8. So I've used a different way of representing the number centres to check if my answer's right. So for this part, you're going to fill in the missing numbers below, and then you're going to mix them up, check if your answer is the same afterwards. And when you're ready, we're going to come back to section 4, which is the final part of your learning for today. Okay, section 4, your final part of your learning. This is a word problem. So this is something we sometimes struggle with. We sometimes struggle with what is it actually asking me to do? Is it asking me to add? Is it asking me to subtract? Is it asking me to divide? We need to know what it's asking us to do. So let's read through question 4's word problem together. Okay, so it's at the bottom of the page here. Amy has 3 pencils. Alice has 6 pencils. And Remy has 8 pencils. How many pencils do they have all together? Right, all together, straight away, I know what operation I need to use, because last week we looked at all of the words which meant add. And I can remember that all together meant that we need to add them. That's the add sign. It's not the times, it's the cross, so it's the add. Now, there's lots of information in that piece of paper, in that sentence there. You've got Amy has 3 pencils, so I'm going to underline that because that's key information. Alice has 6 pencils. 6 pencils I'm going to underline there. That's another 6 added on. So I started with 3, then I've got to add on another 6. Remy has 8 pencils. So I'm going to underline 8 pencils here. And then the final part of the question says, how many pencils do they have all together? Well, that just gave me the clue and just made sure that I knew that I was adding. So what you're going to do is you're going to add all them numbers together, write it down in your number sentence, and you can see that at the end they put pencils. So it's how many pencils there are all together. That is all of your learning for today, Year 4. If you can send all of your work into the Year 4 email address, one of the Year 4 team will get back to you and will provide you with some feedback. Good luck, everybody. Thank you for watching.